how do you make mobile work within an enterprise? And we've developed a framework that's really based upon a quote I love by George Santayana in 1906 said, "Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it." So what we try to work with clients and what we try to do for ourselves internally is be pragmatic, be disciplined, and follow a nice approach that I want to walk you through. The first is obviously the discovery component, understanding where and how mobile will fit in, not just rushing in, but understanding the technical and data requirements, who the target audience is, what will success be, and really use that to define the project brief, which then allows you to get into some of the insights and other components that really drive what we call a mobile roadmap, okay? Now, a mobile roadmap is based on 5 key things. The first is the discovery. The second is understanding the trends and best practices that are around you so that you can have an appreciation for where you can push and be leading. At the same time, you need that mobile segmentation or that understanding of how a consumer uses mobile in general, and all of that drives to a strategic roadmap. From that, we then used a proprietary segmentation model that we have. I'll just give a quick overview of this model. It's 8 segments, starting with cord hordes, who are people who don't have phones. It's roughly 14% of the US population. Strictly speaking is the second. This is my mother. She only uses the phone as a speaking device. Then you start to get into those who use it beyond just a phone and talking. So the utilitarian gets into a little bit more SMS. Lifeliners, my wife is a lifeliner. She uses the phone to guide the daily family life. A duty caller, there's a telltale sign if you're a duty caller, and that is if you carry 2 phones. Funcessorizers, these are people who use their phone more for fun than for utility. The Mavericks, these are the crazy people who wait in line for the latest Apple or Android phone. And then my personal favorite is the mobile moth, who think they have the latest and greatest phone, but they have no clue how to use it. But what we're able to do is look at, for instance, their audience. So this is based on some surveys and algorithms. All of that allows us to then build a roadmap. So once we've defined that roadmap, then we're able to design, develop, and deploy solutions. Last but not least is the determining if what you did works. And this is probably the most important slide for me in this presentation, because you have to understand the consumer behavior. We follow a life cycle of vibes that's really about attraction, evaluation, usage, engagement, and then endorsement or advocacy. And across that consumer behavior, you then need to understand the measurements that you're going to monitor, and then the insights and the implications that come out of those measurements.